The teacher visited the home for the first time to help with poverty relief, but she had no idea the family was actually the richest in town. On the table sat the finest coffee. Even a casual offer of a cigarette turned out to be a limited edition cigar. Not only that, the couple only rode in luxury cars and carefully hid their jewelry before anyone arrived. It turned out they were the wealthiest family in the area. But because their oldest son was lazy and had no ambition, they decided to focus on raising their younger son well. The father believed that all his success came from the hardships he had faced as a child, so he bought an old, run-down house and hired a full team of professional caregivers. He even asked an educator to pretend to be a paralyzed grandmother. The boy grew up in this carefully staged poor home. The results were promising. At a young age, the boy was already obedient, respectful, and very frugal. When they realized his English was not strong, they arranged for a foreigner to bump into him on the street to help him practice speaking. To build his interest in reading, the whole family sat beside him with books every day. But in truth, they were all secretly looking at their phones. At night, a pianist helped him fall asleep with soft music. But once the boy was sound asleep, the couple opened a hidden door behind the wardrobe and slipped into a secret basement tunnel. There, they held meetings to discuss the boy's daily progress. This time, to teach him financial responsibility, the father gave him all the family's savings to manage. The boy was thoughtful. The first thing he wanted to do was buy his father a new pair of shoes, so he went out to buy groceries. But even this trip had been carefully planned in advance. Sometimes, he had to speak in foreign languages. Even buying meat came with math questions he had to solve. But when he returned home, there were no new shoes. The boy had secretly bought a tablet to play games. The father decided to turn this into a lesson. The next day, he pretended to leave town for work. At home, the boy saw how poor their life seemed and looked at his father's worn-out shoes. He felt deeply guilty. That night, he decided to return the tablet. But the father had already arranged for the tablet to be damaged so it could not be returned. So the boy started collecting bottles to help support the household. Sadly, this made him the target of his classmates' jokes. Soon after, a new challenge appeared. The boy stared at some money in the drawer and froze. The educator wanted to step in, but the father thought it was the perfect test. Sure enough, the boy's actions earned a standing ovation from everyone. He informed the store owner about the money and quietly walked away. But now the question remains, do you think their method of raising him actually succeeded?